Andy, you'll be playing here in Spain the 13th and 14th of March. Is that correct? In Madrid and Barcelona?
Correct, yes. It's been about 5 years since we played in Spain, so I'm really excited about coming back. We've had some great shows there in the past, great passionate guitar fans there, so we're looking forward to it.
Okay, very good. I just want to know, how did you start to play the guitar? Why did you choose the guitar and not a different instrument?
Well, it was just purely attraction. It's like when you see a girl, why did you pick that girl? Well, there was something about the guitar that attracted me. Visually, sonically, even before I knew what a guitar was, my favorite part of a recording would be the guitar solo, even before I knew that was a guitar solo.
Right.
And I had 3 older brothers that all played a little bit of guitar, so there was always a guitar around the house. So, and growing up in the 60s, it was a very guitar-driven type of music that was popular, the Beatles and all the 60s rock stuff. So, that, it started very young. There wasn't any question that that's what I wanted to do. I didn't realize it would be professionally until I was maybe about 12 or 13 when I realized, okay, this is what I'm going to do. But, so I started playing when I was 5.
Wow.
So, yeah, so I've been at it for a while. I'm 51 now, so yeah, I'm starting to see some improvement.
Great.
So yeah, that was it. It was just purely attraction, the sonic, in the visual too. They're just the coolest things ever.
Wow, that's amazing. I've just noticed that you always carry your guitar with you. It's like part of you now, isn't it?
Even more so now than it's ever been. I think it's common for any professional in any, like, whether it be sports or music or whatever it might be. I think your inspiration and drive can ebb and flow. Sometimes it's really full, like, especially when you're young, things are always more energetic and you just want to devote every moment to that passion that you have. For me, that was guitar. But I think the busier you get in life, you have a career and your family, and sometimes it's hard to keep the same drive and momentum you might have had when you were in your teens, right? But I've got it back now. The past 3 or 4 years, I've just really been passionate about not just playing but practicing and really working. I think I've always been pursuing playing better and writing better music, but now I'm doing it in ways like I did when I was in school studying jazz. Just really transcribing solos and actually just playing a lot more jazz, which is handy because now I'm working back with Simon Phillips, which tends to be a more fusion type of music.
All right.
That 8 or 9 years ago I might have said no just because I wasn't working on that type of playing. So now I think I'm happier than I've ever been as far as and that's really, it's because I'm practicing every day.
Right.
And playing and practicing can be very different types of things.
So you practice every day. How many hours?
It depends. Again, the more responsibility you have, the less time you have. So, at least an hour first thing every day. Doesn't sound like a lot, but compared to the way my life has been in the past, sometimes it's more than I would have gotten in.
Okay.
Though there'll be a lot more playing during the day,
right.
Depending on my work situation, if I'm in the recording studio or if I'm touring. But I'm happiest if I can, first thing when I get up, I play at least an hour. Even if I'm just playing some jazz standards.
Okay.
Just my fingers are working, my brain is working, I'm being creative, I'm exercising that improvisational part of my brain. That's when I'm the happiest. If I can just get that every day, which I've been doing now for several years. It just helps. It helps everything. It helps all my playing. It helps my spirit.
The first time that I listened to you was the album Resolution, and I was quite shocked because I've been playing the guitar for quite a lot as well, but I've never managed to play the way you play. It's really sometimes frustrating in a way because I don't have the same capabilities, the same speed you've got, and in regards with that, I just wanted to ask you, how can you develop? How can you play faster? I know I know it's not an important part of music, because music it's more than speed, but
well, it's like anything else. It takes a lot of repetition. It takes a lot of doing it. I don't really. I mean, initially, speed was never a point. It got to be a point at a certain time in the '80s when when Yngwie came along and Paul Gilbert and some of the people that were really known as. That's when the word shred, I think, was developed. It became about speed, which I think is a lot of fun. I never had the speed of Paul or Yngwie, but I love to listen to it. I love trying to do it, and I think sometimes your own limitations become what make you yourself and original.
Yeah, that's true.
I couldn't speed pick like Paul, but maybe I took from those things and it helped me play a certain way. You know what I mean? Even though it's not like their ability. So if you say you don't have the same ability, the capability I have, that's okay. But the most important thing overall is just that you're spending the time on the instrument. And if you love it enough, that's not going to be a problem. Nobody had to tell me to practice when I was a kid. Nobody has to tell me. Now I just know that, okay, I love this, and if I do it more, I'll get better at it.
Right.
And then when you start to see those results, and it starts to inspire you even more. Just little bits of momentum. If you're consistent every day, you can really make a huge difference.
Right. Okay. Just a quick tip, if you can give us, for example, now that you've got your guitar with you, just a little warm up that we can transcribe and just put it on the website. Is that
little warm? Here's a really simple. I'll try to get a better screenshot. I'm horrible at this, but I've just got an iPad on my studio desk. If I could prop it up a certain way. Look at that. Okay.
Yeah.
Here's just an easy lick in
right.
B minor. So just a little chromatic. So I ornamented a little bit.
All right.
Check out the axes.
Okay, that's from
something like that. Yeah.
Where do you look for inspiration? I mean, when you compose a solo or just a song, then
it's always the same. Just trying to tell a specific story, whatever emotion is happening that I'm trying to convey, and then it can musically it can just be anything that's touched me emotionally through music. Is part of my music library. That feeling and trying to get that out of my own way. I might be trying to do something that I hear in my head and make it come out completely different, but that inspiration, makes it your own personal style, so to speak. So even though you're not doing exactly what you're trying to do, it comes out as you, and that can be beautiful. It is beautiful. So it's everything that you've listened to that has moved you in a certain way. That you have a library, I believe.
So
that of all these things that you've taken in. Yeah.
Yeah. So you have an album which is the Andy Timmons Band plays Sgt. Pepper, isn't it? And so I believe the Beatles have been a great inspiration to you as for many other musicians. So can you conceive pop music without the Beatles? I mean, pop music in general.
I can, but it would be such a huge void, because exactly what I'm talking about. Their songwriting and their sound completely is them trying to be a lot of different American groups, but it came out as them. They love the girl groups. They love Motown. They love all the show tunes, and they learned hundreds and hundreds of songs when they were playing in Hamburg night after night. And that's why they were great songwriters. They had this library of stuff that they loved, and they borrowed from so many people, but it came out as them. So I can imagine it without them, because there still was Buddy Holly, there was still Elvis Presley, there was still Holland Dozier Holland. There's all these great songwriters, but what they did and how they took it it was so pivotal in music history. It would just be a very different landscape, no doubt about it. Hard to imagine, but yeah, good question. Yeah.
Okay, good. And how about your next projects, professionally speaking?
Well, there's another record with Simon Phillips. It's going to be called Protocol 3. We just made Protocol 2 that came out last year. We've already recorded Protocol 3. That's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
A new Andy Timmons Band record that's tentatively titled Recovery. That's not official yet, but tentative title is Recovery. Another True Fire video series based on the blues that I just produced.
Right.
That's coming out in April, I think, or April or May. And lots of touring. Of course, I'm coming to Spain in March, so I can't wait to play back.
Good. So yeah, it's basically it. I mean, do you have any advice for an aspiring professional musician?
I always say just develop your ear. And by that I mean, really try to be able to apply to the guitar what you hear in your head or actually physically hear from a recording. That ability, ability to apply, the guitar can be a very mechanical process.
Right.
But when you blend it with really hearing where you're going and hearing what you want to achieve,
mm-hmm.
that's when really great music happens, I feel. Obviously you have to get the blend of it together. You have to physically be able to do these things, and that's part of the process. But when it comes to being able to hear a band that you're playing with and recognize what the chord is that the keyboard player is playing, where the bass player is playing, is there a singer, recognizing what not to do as much as what to do, that's what makes a musician great. Being able to recognize these things, knowing where to fit in, and then how to play, what's really the best musical statement at that moment. So ear training is really your most important
mm-hmm.
thing to work on, aside from the actual physical playing the guitar. It's what I did growing up without knowing it, because I didn't have tab, I didn't have video. I had a record player. That's all I had. So without knowing it, I was getting the best education,
mm-hmm.
which was put the needle on the record and trying to figure out what the hell was going on.
Right. Sorry. So you figure out what you listen to, and then you transcribe. You just write down everything.
Never wrote it down. I memorized it.
Okay.
And that process of hearing it, recognizing it, being able to play it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I watch videos on YouTube and True Fire. I love all that stuff. But it'll mean more to each player. The little bits they get on their own, it lasts a lot longer. It's because it's internalizing through your ears and not your eyes.
Yeah, it's
right?
true. Yeah.
So, I mean, I talk about this, but you're asking the same question a lot of people ask, and I will give this answer a lot. But somebody new will be hearing it, and it is the most important thing. It's what it gets me invited to gigs, because they know they're going to have somebody that's sensitive to the whole band situation, not just here's what I can do. And sometimes it's about that. Sometimes it is about me. It's my music, and it's time for me to play everything. But a lot of times it's there was one night when I played with John Petrucci and Steve Vai and Joe Satriani at one of the G3 shows.
Yeah.
And as we came off, we had all four played together at the end of the night where everybody jams. And we came off the stage, and the drummer Jeff came to me and said, "Man, you're welcome to play anytime. You're the first guy to come up here and play rhythm guitar." I just wanted to stay out of the way, and maybe I could focus on the rhythm section and see what could I do to help that. I just wanted to stay out of the way of what was, if somebody else was playing, either not play at all. I'm great with the volume knob, just turn down.
Mm-hmm.
But I felt great getting that compliment from him, because it showed me that, okay, sometimes I forget that that's my goal in the situation. It's not always everybody else's goal. But yeah, when sometimes not playing at all is the best thing, or playing very sparsely. Just being really aware of the situation and what can you do to help it.
Yeah, listen.
Yeah, just listen. It's all the years, man. So
yeah,
that's what I suggest.
Good. That's a great advice. So we are really looking forward to seeing Barcelona and Madrid. We are really excited, and we'll be there.
I was gonna say, if you had any requests, anything you'd like us to play.
Yeah, I was telling you that my favorite song is Pink Champagne Sparkle.
Wow. Okay.
But
Okay, we'll do that.
but I love it. I love it.
Yeah, we'll do that one for you.
Thank you, mate. Thank you very much.